I want to tell you a quick story. And this speaks to the science and the testing. In fact, and I'll get to cellular science. Years ago in America, in America, Americans like to eat a lot of cheese. We make a lot of butter, and we make cheese and milk in America because we have farmers in the middle of the United States. They're called the dairy farmers. So years ago, there's a lot of companies who take the cheese and they put them in packages, and they put cheese, you can make pizza or tacos or anything you want at home with melted cheese. So years ago, a number of the companies that make packaged cheese in the bags that are sold in the stores, okay, nothing to do with Herbalife, completely different companies. We don't sell cheese. There were independent agencies that went to test the cheese. They went and bought the cheese off the store, and they tested it. And they found out that inside the cheese, not only was there the milk and the cheese components, there was also a lot of wood pulp from trees. And they said, what is happening? This isn't just cheese. They have pieces of wood inside the cheese. And it got into the news. And everybody started getting scared. Oh my God, the cheese, it's toxic. There's toxins in the cheese. What happened? Well, it turns out a lot of companies, when they're making shredded cheese, they add little pieces of wood pulp, comes from the trees, from plants. They shred them up to make the cheese thicker. Now you can't see it, you can't see the wood, all you see is the cheese, but they're very small little pieces, and it makes the cheese even thicker. This was a big story in America. You can Google it, you can check. Look for shredded cheese, Parmesan cheese, wood pulp. People got crazy, oh my gosh. And this began a lot of people wondering, what else is in my food? Where's the quality control? They didn't tell me that in the cheese there's wood pulp. I didn't know about that. Nobody was telling a lot of the mothers in America. They're feeding their children this cheese. So when it comes to our cellular science story, we look at other companies that are doing these things, and they're adding additional fillers. We call them excipients. They're additional ingredients that are not important for the body. They're just maybe for thickening, for texture, for taste. They may be very artificial or sometimes unhealthy. But Herbalife doesn't do that. We're very careful about not only what we purchase, but how we blend it and we put it together, okay? So when you hear about the cellular science story, think about the cheese in America. Google the story and think, oh my gosh, that's crazy. There's a lot of companies that do that because they don't care about the ingredients. All they care about is the taste and making more money. But in Herbalife, we're very concerned with the reputation of the product, the ingredients inside the product, okay? So I just want you to understand that cellular science, it doesn't just mean, oh, we get the seed to feed, that's the first part. Then the testing, that's the second part. But it's also the third part, which is the consumption of the product and the good things that it does for our body when we consume the product. So when you see cellular science, it's three things: seed to feed from the ground, testing of the products, number two, and number three, consumption of the products and the benefits that we get, okay? That's what makes us unique. And if you're new in Herbalife and you're talking to your friends about the products, tell them about this cellular science. 3 easy steps, okay? All right, so I'm gonna keep moving along. Now, for those of you, I talked about our doctors and our dietitians. Many of you here in Taiwan, you have a very educated population. And people ask a lot of good questions about the products. They may say, well, is the sweetener, how much sugar is in here? And how much protein? And oh, is this a low glycemic index food? They'll want to know. Is the shake low glycemic index? Yes, it is. We tested it. So you may want to give them more information. You can always offer up our global nutrition philosophy. And the global nutrition philosophy is very simple. It's really our roadmap. It's our book, if you will, of the guidelines on nutrition. Some companies believe that you should eat more protein. We believe a conservative amount, 30%. Some companies believe you need more fat. We believe a conservative amount, up to 30%, okay? Some people believe more carbohydrates. We think we're just at the right area, around 40%. A little higher is fine. But this very balanced approach is what we call our global nutrition philosophy, okay? And that's what gets us really, this is the reason why we're so powerful with our message, because we talk about a lot of different things, but we focus on nutrition basics, and we're very conservative. So the reason why I want to show you this is one of the most commonly asked questions that I hear is, oh, you're doing Herbalife. I heard that it's a high protein diet. No, it's not a high protein diet. We have conservative levels, 30%. Oh, Herbalife, I heard that you have lots and lots of sugar in the products. No, that's not true. We actually have very little sugar in the products. Conservative, and we believe about 30% fats, 40% carbohydrates. So you can explain their Herbalife nutrition philosophy if you have somebody who's very scientific and they want to know more.